My name is Joseph Osieka, the Chief of Staff in the Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs. Here in Bungoma, with the Ministry of Interior and a multi-agency team to verify projects and programs in Bungoma County. We are working as a one government approach. We're taking the one government approach in line with the call by His Excellency the President that we as government must deliver as one. And so we're here, not just one ministry, but a multi-agency team to verify various projects. We will be going to Malakisi to look at the of edible oils. Edible oil, as you know, His Excellency has talked a lot about this. Kenya spends a lot of money importing oils, and yet this is a country that has the facility to not only be sufficient in producing the oil, but even export. So this is one of the value chains that we're going to visit, and Bungoma is one of the leading lights in this, and we urge all the residents to take up growing of edible oil as not only a farming hobby, but as an export commodity. Thereafter, we will go to Sirisia to look at the insurance of farmers. We have visited various farms in Kakamega and Vihiga, and one of the things in Busia, one of the things we found out is that there is need for farmers to be sensitized on the uptake of insurance to farmers. This is a very good project that the government has initiated, and it calls for a buy-in with the farmers. As you're aware, there has been a lot of rain in this season. Rain is good, but there is a time rain can also be somewhat destructive in the post-harvest. So this insurance does help farmers to mitigate their losses. So again, we urge that farmers in this region take up this insurance. The other area is cotton. Cotton in Malakisi, with in line with the call by His Excellency the President, is that cotton was at independence one of the leading agricultural products that kind of faded away. So we are coming here to help revive the cotton industry. And as you're aware, the cotton industry, we had companies like Kikomi in Kisumu, Rivertex, UTI, KTM in Thika, and this is an area where we'll help in Buy Kenya, Build Kenya. So this is again in line with what we're working on. We will then go to Musakasa TTI, which is in Bumula, and this is a vocational training. As you're aware, vocational training is one of the areas as a country we're very big in. We will then visit the Musikoma, Mungati and Mayanga Mateka Road, transportation of roads, and I think that will close our visit. We, as the multi-agency team, we have looked at these projects, and one of the things, the ways with which we arrived at a lot of these projects, the framework which Madam Anne, Madam Beverly Opora, and Mr. Diru in the Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary did, is that produced a framework. This framework on how to seek priority projects. What does this framework do? How did they arrive at it? Shall we look at this project and not this? We asked, is it budgeted for? Is that project budgeted for? Is it in the better bottom-up economic transformational agenda? Is it in the MTP4? Is it in Schedule 7? You see, of the budget. You see, all these things, if you tick the box, then you prioritize the project, because it then means that this project is good to go. It has ticked the box of being in the budget, being part of the better, being in the MTP4 and Schedule 7 of the budget. So when you tick all these boxes, it means that this project has no option but to go through. So we want to find out what are the bottlenecks, the pitfalls that have made some of these projects to slow down. And those that are just about 70–80% complete, we then accelerate them and complete them. Affordable housing is very key, and we want to follow through. The experience we have had thus far in Vihiga and Kakamega and Busia is that the affordable housing is at, I think, 70% at completion. And this has really spurred the economies of these counties. For instance, in Vihiga we had employment of a 50–50 ratio between men and women, and also people with disability. We've also found the windows and the doors are done with a local expertise in those counties, and this runs into millions of shillings. So you find when artisans come together, they are able to come up and fork out income in millions. And this, you can imagine the multiplier effect when this project is done. So I think I would also take this opportunity to thank His Excellency the President for launching the affordable housing, and also urge the Kenyans to take up the affordable housing. This is part of the way to move. Angalia kabisa katika strategic plan ya waziri mkuu na wizara ya foreign na nchi za kigeni na diaspora, utakuta kuwa tuna waziri mkuu Bwana Musalia Mudavadi na hata rais wa Kenya wanahimiza kuwa tuendeleze masomo katika TVET. And ukitizama haya masomo ya TVET yanalete ubora katika talenta. So you find that hawa wanafunzi ndio watakuwa wanasaidia. Wajua kuna zile nchi za kigeni kidogo wana upungufu wa hizi skills. Nasi tunaona, because we produce about over 900,000 students from high school every year. Now, if a good portion of this goes towards TVET, tunaona kuwa tutaendeleza. Na pia ukitizama katika watu wakienda nje, sio kuwa tunafukuza talent. Right now, diaspora remittances is the #1 foreign exchange earner. Imezidi utalii, ikazidi vitu zote. So sio ati watu wanaenda kufanya, wanafukuzwa kwenda kufanya kazi nje la. Utakuta kuwa nchi nyingi, hata Marekani is developed because walikuwa na hizi exports za skilled labor. Uchina, bara la India, wote wamekuwa na uwezo wa kuendeleza because wanatuma watu nje. Kumbuka kuwa ukituma mtu nje, anaenda anapata mafunzo ya kisasa katika nchi hiyo, and mbali na kuremit pesa, pia wanalete ujuzi waliona katika nchi hizo.